significance to SCO in promoting political, economic, and people-to-people interaction in the region. The third announcement is on the visit of the Foreign Minister of Finland, Mr. Timo Soini. He is already in India on an official visit from 22nd to 25th November. He participated earlier today at the Global Conference on Cybersecurity. He will have a meeting with EAM tomorrow, during which, as expected, the entire range of bilateral issues will come up for discussion. The fourth is on the visit of the Foreign Minister of Greece, who will be visiting India from 25th to 28th November on an official visit. He is going to meet EAM on 27th November. The Foreign Minister of Greece will also deliver a talk at the Observer Research Foundation. The other elements of the program are still being finalized. And the fifth and the last one is on the visit of the Foreign Minister of Denmark, who will be in India from 26th to 29th November. He will be participating at the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, which is being held in Hyderabad on 20th and 29th November. He is going to meet EAM on 27th November. So with this, I come to the end of my announcements. Now the floor is open to questions. Vinita?
Ravish, you mentioned about SCO. There is a Russia, India, China also likely to happen. Can you just give us some dates about it? And also, what will be the focus area for the talks this time?
You see, at this stage, I can only confirm that the foreign ministers of India, China, and Russia will meet in New Delhi on 11th December. We are still working out the program for this meeting, which will be shared with all of you closer to the date. Geeta?
Your reaction to the decision by a court in Pakistan to release Hafiz Saeed, that his detention was not extended. The Pakistani government had said that he still is a threat to Pakistan, but did not really provide any evidences, including evidences provided by India, to the court.
Any other question on Hafiz Saeed?
सर, आतंकवाद को लेकर अमेरिका की जो चिंता है वो हक्कानी नेटवर्क और लश्कर-ए-तैयबा के लिए भी है, ऐसा हम मानकर चलते थे। लेकिन क्या हाल के दिनों में जो एक बदलाव आया और अमेरिका हक्कानी नेटवर्क की गतिविधियों को लेकर ज़्यादा चिंता में रहा, लश्कर-ए-तैयबा की गतिविधियों को लेकर नहीं, क्या आप मानते हैं कि ये एक वजह हो सकती है कि हाफिज सईद आज नज़रबंद नहीं है?
Any other question? Ramesh?
Thank you. On the same issue, recently we saw the US designating North Korea as a state sponsor of terrorism. From India's perspective, does it think that Pakistan too deserves or is a fit case from declared a state sponsor of terrorism?
No, it is not a related question. I said any other question on Hafiz Saeed. Aditya?
Again, on similar grounds, the State Department has told us that they have noted the release of global terrorist Hafiz Saeed, and the US has already given a last warning to Pakistan, a last opportunity. Do you think that perhaps bilaterally to the US it needs to be communicated much more that we need to move ahead of the terror designations, and much more needs to be done to let Pakistan know that enough is enough?
Let me first read out the statement which I have on the release of Hafiz Saeed. We have seen reports on the release of the leader of banned terrorist organization Lashkar-e-Toiba and internationally proscribed terrorist Hafiz Saeed from house arrest by Pakistan. As you are aware, he was the prime organizer. He was not only the mastermind, he was the prime organizer of the Mumbai terror attacks, in which many innocent Indians and many people from other nationalities they were killed. He is also responsible for unleashing numerous other terror attacks against Pakistan's neighbors. His release confirms once again the lack of seriousness on the part of Pakistani government in bringing to justice perpetrators of heinous act of terrorism, including by individuals and entities designated by the United Nations. It also appears to be an attempt by the Pakistani system to mainstream proscribed terrorists. It is evident that Pakistan has not changed its policy of shielding and supporting non-state actors, and its true face is visible for all to see. It is the responsibility of Pakistani government to fulfill its international obligations and take credible and effective action against terrorists like Hafiz Saeed. India, as indeed the entire international community, is outraged that a self-confessed and a UN-proscribed terrorist is being allowed to walk free and continue with his evil agenda. Now coming to the two questions which are, I think, related. You see, we have in our discussions with the US government at different levels, including at the level of the foreign minister at the highest level as well, we have had very productive discussions on fighting the scourge and menace of terrorism. I do not agree with your assessment that there is a bit of softness by the US side on certain entities. I think we are trying to work together with them. We have worked with them. And if you have seen the statements emanating from the US administration in the past, I think it is very clear that we are on the same page as far as fighting terrorism is concerned. Smita? Manish, after that.
Ravish, given what the Prime Minister had to say about Balochistan from the ramparts of the Red Fort, is there any possibility or clarity whether Brahmadak Bukti will be given political asylum by India? Just a clarification, if technically, did he actually make an application after the press conference some time back, or was that only a verbal thing? And I know Sushma Swaraj's schedule, you'll say, is being tied up, but is there any possibility of a bilateral with the Pakistani foreign minister along the SCO sidelines?
Smita, to answer your first question, I am not aware of any such application which has been made by the gentleman which you mentioned, so I can't answer the first part of your question. Actually, this time you will have to believe me that the schedule of the External Affairs Minister is still being tied up. Normally, maybe a day or two before the actual meeting, we will be announcing the agenda and the program of the External Affairs Minister with this audience. I said that I am not aware about any application which has been made. You see, at this stage I can't say, because we don't even know how the agenda looks like. It's a very tight program in any case. Manish?
Ravish, you spoke about some bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the SCO summit. Premier Li Keqiang would be representing China probably at the summit. Can we expect a meeting, a call-on meeting? That's my first question. My second question is, are we going to highlight the Hafiz Saeed issue and Pakistan's role continuing sponsorship of terror at the SCO summit? Would that be a major issue?
Manish, to the first question, again the answer will be the same which I have just given. EAM's program is being tied up, and at this stage I am not aware about the bilateral meetings which are being fixed, so I can't really answer that question. And the other part of the question is even more speculative, what we are going to discuss. I can tell you that on issues of terrorism and on the issues of terrorist leaders like Hafiz Saeed, we do work together with like-minded countries. We have similar views, and on different platforms with different countries, we do discuss, the case of fighting terrorism. Just one sec. Sinjoy.
Sir, this relates to Kulbhushan Jadhav. Pakistan says that there is an invitation for his wife, but has India accepted that? has India said that if you're going to if the wife has to go, then the mother also should go? Where do we exactly stand on it? What other points have we raised vis-a-vis this?
Thank you, Srinjo. Any other question on Sridhar? Pranay?
Sir, can you spell out the specifics of your proposal to Pakistan? What exactly did you suggest on Jadhav? And there have been some reports that you have also given the go-ahead for the wife to visit.
Okay.
So my main question is the specifics of the proposal. Thanks.
Pranay and then Maha.
Almost the same thing. There was just a small clarification in the same question that besides this proposal, have we in principally accepted their proposal, or we are still waiting for their response and then we'll take a final call on that?
Maha?
So if a decision has been made to send Kulbhushan Jadhav's wife to meet him, has any date been decided, and will Indian officials be accompanying her?
I am very happy that I may have answered to all the questions which you have. Any other question on Kulbhushan?
Any clarity on who and where the wife is, because there were mixed reports about.
Okay. You are aware that there was a long-standing request from the mother of Mr. Kulbhushan Jadhav to visit Pakistan and meet her son. Although this request was pending, India still responded positively to the offer made by Pakistan to arrange meeting of Mr. Kulbhushan Jadhav with his wife. In our response, we have conveyed that the wife of Mr. Jadhav would like to travel along with her mother-in-law for the meeting. We have also sought sovereign guarantee from the government of Pakistan to ensure the safety, security and well-being of the wife and the mother of Mr. Jadhav. And during their stay in Pakistan, they shall not be questioned, harassed or interrogated while they are there. We have further asked that a diplomat from our High Commission in Pakistan, in Islamabad, shall be allowed to accompany them at all times, including during the meeting which the wife and the mother will have with Mr. Kulbhushan Jadhav. Let me also underline that such a meeting offer does not absolve Pakistan of the violations of the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations and Human Rights and not following the due process in treating Mr. Jadhav, who remains incarcerated in Pakistan and faces death sentence through a farcical process and on concocted charges. While the government hopes that Pakistan would facilitate visit by the wife and the mother of Mr. Jadhav, we are determined to pursue all measures with full vigor so as to secure the final release of an innocent Indian who was jailed in Pakistan. Akhilesh ji.
ये थी विदेश मंत्रालय की नियमित प्रेस ब्रीफ।